Hey, what's up everybody? Ramey here, and today what I want to do is I want to kind of give an update on the VTS Lite that I've had, because I've had it now for, I don't know, roughly 6 to 8 weeks. You know, when I did my original video, I only had the thing for a couple days and kind of been playing around with it. So I wanted to kind of give an updated video on what I think about the VTS Lite, really the VTS system in general, but VTS Lite that I've been using. I've had tons of time to use this with light weights, heavy weights, all kinds of different movements, and see where I really like it, where I think it shine, what I think could be improved. All right, so let's get into it. So VTS Lite, I'm not gonna go through all the features of the VTS because I already did that when I went through I'm gonna talk about what I like about this thing now after having using it. So first of all, let's get like a nice, good, like close-up of the VTS in general. So here is the unit on my rack. You can see that I put the VTS on my back posts of my 6-post rack. Well, not my back, but my middle, I guess technically my middle post. I have a Rogue Ohio bar inside of them, which I keep there permanently. I now have the tips that come with the VTS. The tips. And it's been set up like this. I actually store it all the way up top when not in use. And this is the VTS unit. I keep this bar in permanently. And let's talk about what I like and don't like about the VTS now that I've had this chance to actually use it for a while. All right. So, like and dislike. First, let me show you me using it. It might be nice. People like to see things in use. All right, did a couple reps there, just for fun, so you guys can see it, but I want to talk about what I like and what I don't like. What I've heard, some people, their concerns about it, and talk about whether those are justified or not. Okay, so, am I using the unit? Do I like it? Do I think it's worthwhile? So, let's talk about, so what do I like about it? So, I like that it actually works. It is a Smith machine that is attaching to my rack that literally does what it's supposed to. Like it's working. It does work. It just does. I do Smith machine movements with it, and I can hide it away when I'm done. It does that. It's not perfect, so I'm going to talk about some of those disadvantages, but it literally does work. I've heard some concerns of people like, how does it work when you put plates on? Does it like move around or become uneven? Not really. I'm not finding that at all, actually. I'll just show you an example of what people are talking about. So there's some concern from people that it will slide side to side. See how I can make it slide side to side right here? Like almost be like angled. When I'm lifting, my arms do not do that at all. So it's not going to do it. Can I force it to happen? Yes. But is it happening while I'm lifting? No. If for some reason my arms were like uneven, I guess it would be like that, but they're not. It's just a smooth movement like any other Smith machine I've ever used. And any other Smith machine I've ever used, I've been able to do that exact same thing too. So I don't know why that's been such a concern for people. Maybe it's happening to someone and that's why it's a concern. Someone brought it up that it's happening to them. But for me, it is not happening whatsoever. I've never experienced anything like that. It's 100% working as a Smith machine as it should. So to say that, I'm very happy with it. Because it literally is a Smith machine that I hide away when not in use. It's 100% out of sight. It's literally at the top of my rack. I have a 100-inch rack. This thing is hidden away, gone. Let's talk about the things that I either don't like or could be improved on VTS now that I've been using it. And what do I like it for, like exercise-wise? So here's what could be improved. So first of all, it's definitely not something you take on and off your rack every time you use it. I know the regular VTS you have to put on from up top and you wouldn't never take it off, but the VTS Lite, it's not something you want to take on and off. I actually switched it. If you watched my first video, my VTS Lite was in the front of my rack. Then I had nowhere to store these lever arms, which I hate, and just other stuff, so I put it in the middle. And moving it from the front to the middle was a solid like 35-minute process. I mean, not long, but not something you're doing in the middle of your workout. Like I had to unscrew the backs, take it off, put it, like basically reinstall it. Like it wasn't something you would do every day at all. Like it was a 35, like it was like a project, you know, another thing I had to do. So like doing it once, not a big deal at all. You know, every once in a while taking it on and off, switching where it is, not a big deal. Doing it every time you lift, you're gonna hate it in a second. So taking it on and off while it works is not quick. All right, so let's talk about switching barbells. Easy or not easy? I'd rate it as like easy to medium. It's probably not something I'm gonna wanna do in between. In the middle of my workout, it'd be too much of a disruption. It's probably like a 3 to 5 minute task. So is it something I could do weekly? Yes. Is it something I would do every workout? Probably kind of a pain, and it would kind of disrupt my workout. So it's not something I'm personally going to do. I kind of think the VTS is more of a set it and forget it for your barbell selection. You kind of put one in and keep it there. Maybe if I really wanted some specialty bars throughout the week, I would make the switch, but I would do that in between workouts, not during a workout. Like I would do it at night when I'm gonna work out the next morning, kind of get everything set up for the next day. That's kind of how I would do a barbell switch, because it is a little bit of a process. As far as me connecting to my specialty bars, I still have the same problem where none of my specialty bars fit in the VTS, and that's fine, but none of them do. It seems like I have a Titan 48-inch rack, and that's the magic number where none of them fit. Some of them fit reps 47, some of them fit Rogues 49-inch. So it's just kind of like the luck of the draw there, which specialty bars are even going to fit your VTS. So I would not buy the VTS counting on my specialty bars fitting. I would buy it saying like my regular barbells will fit into it. So those are the disadvantages. The disadvantages are that it doesn't come off the rack super easy. It is a project for the VTS Lite, and switching barbells is like easy to medium. It's just not something you want to really do in your workouts. Now let's talk about probably the biggest thing which I've heard and experienced as a disadvantage, and that is getting your rack lined up and actually putting the holes, the little hook in the holes. I'll show you guys just so we can zoom in here and see this. That is getting the little hook in the holes. Now, first of all, as you can see, I have a 1-inch rack. Those of you with 5/8-inch racks, like this right here, my 6 post is 5. Very difficult from what I've heard, because I haven't tested it on a 5/8-inch rack, which I guess I technically could, because I could put it on my lever arms if I really want to do that test, but it's such a pain to change. I don't even want to do that. Getting it in those little holes, you can see these lever arms are 5/8-inch. Getting it in these little holes is a lot more of a challenge than getting it into 1-inch. So VTS, Bulletproof, does actually make a like latch hook that connects to band pegs. Connects to band pegs. So I would 100%, for those of you with 5/8-inch rack, get the curved latches that connect to band pegs. In fact, for those of you with 1-inch, I'd probably get those too. I have had a couple instances with certain exercises where it's kind of difficult to get in the holes. Some of that was me learning the, like you kind of learn the VTS. Like you got to kind of learn like how to do the latches. Like there's like little tricks as you're like, it's just like a feel, like you kind of like learn the feel. Like some of it was me like learning the feel. So like the first time I did inclines, I was like, whoa, I can't connect it. So some of the videos you might have seen of people saying like they can't connect it, it's just like they haven't like used it enough. But like now, like 8 weeks in, I don't have any issues connecting the VTS to my rack, like getting the hooks in. It was just really a feel thing, like it just kind of took me a little bit. It's like that for all exercises. Now, I don't squat. I only tested it with squats a couple times because I don't really squat because of my back. And I did have issues connecting it like during a squat because I like couldn't see where the holes were, so it was a little confusing. But everything else I've done, like bench. So bench press I do with it. I really like it. Incline press, great. Shoulder press, great. Romanian deadlift, like stiff leg deadlift, love this Smith machine for it, really great. Those are the main, and rows, bent over rows. I'm not getting the hooks in for any of those exercises now that I kind of got the feel down. It was kind of like me learning the movement. So I'm not having any issues with that. So that's kind of like my update on the VTS. I'm super happy with it. Like, I'm like, this is amazing. I really am like, this product is awesome. It's a total buy now for people who want a Smith machine for the price. Right now it's $5.99. I did pay $4.99 because I bought it on Black Friday, or I bought it right when it came out. Whether it goes on sale or not, I couldn't tell you. It's still brand new, so I don't know. Would I pay $5.99 for the VTS Lite? 1000%. Only because it's $5.99. So my rationale for this device is that given the price, it does a bunch of different exercises and it hides away for storage. Well, I mean, if you have a tall enough rack, it does. So in my case, it does. So it hits a lot of those check boxes. Like, is it easy to store? Yes. Does it do more than just one exercise? Yes, it does multiple main big exercises that I want to do for accessories. Is it junky? No, it is not junky. It's very well engineered, which is why people say it's hard to take on and off and change things, because they like over engineered it, which is not a bad thing. I'd rather it be a little harder to switch barbells than like the thing falling apart and breaking. So like, you know, when I gotta pick and choose, I'm not disappointed it's not super easy to change barbells. Like, it's really not a big deal at all. I'm actually really happy. I have my Rogue Ohio bar, which is a pretty like mildish, like middle, I'd say mild knurl. It's 25 like just little hills. So it's a very, very mild knurl compared to like, you know, the 16 volcanoes and TPI mountains that everyone's used to, 20 mountains that everyone's used to. This is like nothing. This is like, you know, super light knurl, but I have that because I'm using it for a bunch of different exercises. So I'm using it for bench, I'm using it for Romanian deadlift, all kinds of stuff. So it's actually a really great bar to have inside there. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with the purchase for the price. I mean, I've paid, like, my squat max was like, you know, $1,300, and that was really just 4 squats. Like, this is for like 10 different exercises and was like almost like a third of that price. So like, pretty good value for what you get. I'm very happy with it. If someone's on the fence or not sure they're gonna come out with a V2 because it is a really cool thing. It's probably my guesstimate is that they are coming out with the V2 in the next like 6 to 12 months for VTS. I mean, do I really know that? No, I'm just guessing. But I really think they'll come out with some upgrades like pretty quick, like be able to switch out the barbells fast. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd even wait. I'd just go ahead and kind of buy it, especially if you get it, like I got it for $4.99. If there's a sale on Black Friday, I'd probably run out and buy this thing. It's really cool. It's one of the gym purchases that I'm very, very, very happy with. All right, later all.